Lesson 9. The History of English Tea. Do you like tea? If you do, how do you drink your tea? With lemon or with sugar? Most British people drink tea with milk, although they argue whether the milk should be poured in the cup first or the tea. It is almost impossible to imagine life in Britain without tea. Generally speaking, British people drink several cups of tea a day. They have a cup of tea soon after they wake up, and of course, they enjoy another cup with breakfast. They take a tea break late in the morning, and then they have more tea with lunch. Then another tea break in the afternoon. On top of that, some have tea while relaxing after dinner. But tea was not invented by the British. When was tea introduced to Britain? In 1610, the Dutch brought tea in Macau and Hirado for the first time. They brought it to the Netherlands, and tea became popular among the nobility. From there, tea was brought to Britain. This was green tea. Later, the British found that black tea suited the water in London and imported black tea from China. Coffee was already popular in London. It was introduced from the Arab world, and London's first coffee house opened in 1652. Just 5 years later, in 1657, tea began to be sold in London at a coffee house called Garraway's. Tea was not a drink for those without much money. The poster of Garraway's read, "Tea is exchanged for twice its weight in silver among the wise and ancient peoples of the Orient." Because of its high price, tea did not become a popular drink in Britain until the price came down in the mid-18th century. While tea drinking is a relaxing activity, the tea trade itself has not always been peaceful. One example is the Boston Tea Party. Britain had attempted to force its colonies to import tea and levied high taxes. In 1773, a group of angry citizens boarded the ships that had a load of tea and threw the tea into Boston Harbor. This event triggered the American War of Independence. In 1840, the tea trade brought about the Opium War. The British East India Company was buying tea from China, but did not want to pay in silver. It began to bring in opium from India to exchange for tea from China. When the Chinese government tried to stop the opium trade, British warships attacked the Chinese coast and started a war. Today, British people enjoy drinking tea as a simple and delightful daily pleasure, but there were bitter chapters in the history of English tea.